edging in my runners is an anime in the cyberpunk dystopia of 2076, where the line between life and death is, have you paid your subscription to the armed ambulance service? Children finally have the right to work.
I yearn for the mines.
And the word regulation is considered hate speech, and you will apologize. Really? Right in front of my Arasaka executive? Here in the independent corporate city-state of Night City, where 80% of the population lives below the poverty line while cosplaying as Mad Max characters with the life expectancy of a Congolese child in a lithium mine, we follow the adventures of a group of cyberpunks, a collection of elite hacksaw mercenaries, who spend their time uploading Bonzi Buddy to the brains of unsuspecting corpos, engaging in gangland blood sports and slapping aftermarket augmetics into themselves, fresh from the morgue. Lucy is a netrunner obsessed with eminently groomable Latino boys lacking parental guidance. And that one movie where Wallace and Gromit go to the moon.
We've forgotten the crackers.
Rebecca is a violent loli with a shotgun and a heart of gold. And is also insanely adorable. I mean, look how much of a squishable pancake she is. I just want to crush those cheeks. And David is a presently groomable Latino boy with a mother so absent she might as well be a cloud of dust, who exchanges life at a private school with good career prospects for his true calling, stealing cars.
I'll have 2 number 9s.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
Where do you live? I just want to mail you this cute fart bomb!
But, my unibombing sister, let's get to the heart of your anger first. Are you mad I called Lucy a groomer? Or that it wasn't you? Because I am.
It should have been me, not him!
Though, when I'm honest with myself, Rebecca is my true shotgun wedding waifu. Animated by Studio Trigger for CD Projekt Red and released in 2022, Edgerunners was immediately a massive hit, initially built as a companion piece to Cyberpunk 2077, a game well known for getting caught. Being a Keanu Reeves two-player adventure serial and bricking your computer. Or it was anyway. But screw the game, I'm here for animated suffering. And oh boy, for the 5 of you who haven't watched Edgerunners, suffering is the primary currency. That and Blade Runner reaction gifs to any scene with Lucy in it. So, cease gooning to your fetish brain dance of a woman saying she loves you, and install your Sandevistan, my choom. We got a city to burn. And I have a channel to shill. So smash that like button, shoot a poor person, and subscribe to make the world an objectively worse place. Ruin a life today. Become an enabler. Oh, and watch videos early on the Patreon and stuff, I guess. Night City, where your local doctor is too busy being auto-fillated to engage with customers, and in place of painkiller, has a mouth bit. Terrible service, 4 out of 10. But this is more or less a perfect microcosm for the greater city. Filthy, filled with high-end technology, and viciously monetized in service to the various ways you can blue screen your brain. And it's mostly legal. Here, rather than intelligence agencies quietly spreading crack in black neighborhoods, it's branded, packaged, and sold to all neighborhoods. That's right, racial equality has been achieved in Night City, though sadly the Irish still exist. Divided between the ruling megacorps and people picking through their scraps, California but cleaner is a futuristic, vibrant place, yet simultaneously a slum. A visual clarity carried onto its people, as the punk part of cyberpunk is on full display, made no clearer than our cast of misfits, whose character designs are insanely good, and in specific, I mean Lucy.
Damn, son.
Would it be inappropriate of me to bark like a dog for 10 seconds? Seriously, the animators just scanned my brain for woman I'd go to war for and put her on screen. In fact, from fashion sense to tastefully augmented body horror, all the characters are visually distinct. Maine being a charismatic augmetic giant, David who basically sleeps in his famous jacket, Kiwi with her lack of a mouth,
Yeah, boy.
Lucy's everything, and Rebecca's third impact on Schizo Twitter.
What, are you scared of a little 4-letter word?
They're an oddball cast of mercenaries who are more than just partners in crime, each carrying their own scars and stories, while also being insanely hot.
A tasteful thickness of it.
Seriously, David's lucky as hell, particularly when the dating scene in Night City is so awful. Think about it, you grow up, turn 12, and suddenly, you're competing with CEOs for girls your age. Sorry, little Billy, but here, Bob Iger gets the girl. But Edgerunners is more than just pretty backgrounds and iconic outfits. The visual storytelling is staggering, as each cut, shot, and frame breathes life into the world of Night City. It's not just cool for the sake of being cool, though it's definitely that too.
Nova!
Here, gunfights can shift from explosive fun to literal horror segments. The direction of a mere 10 episodes being so tightly wound, so unfathomably perfect that nothing feels wasted, not a moment without meaning or purpose. It's more than just professional work. It's an artist's craft, fed love and passion. And bucket loads of Polish femboy money. Thanks, Eastern Europe. Bottom line, Edgerunners is Studio Trigger at its best, with some minor exceptions that became memes and a somewhat blocky CGI car chase. Now, is there anything else? Oh, yes, there's lots of tits and ass here. So, keep your monitor angled away from the door.
Are you winning, son?
No, Dad. I'm not winning. Not at all. What an excellent segue. Let's talk music. Cyberpunk Edgerunners OST, Beats to Cry To, primarily borrows music from its parent game. Industrial sounds that mesh with heavy synth, grungy electric guitar, and a surprising number of vocal tracks. Unrestrained when it needs to be, and reasonably subtle when not. In short, it's appropriately sci-fi, well-made, and well-mixed. But let's skip the chaff and get to my point. I Really Want to Stay at Your House is an era-defining track. A song initially from the game, a song played only twice in Edgerunners, and utilizing the power of Pavlovian conditioning, makes fans curl into a ball and rock back and forth until the sobbing stops. This could be you! Combined with the ending theme, Let You Down, these songs have forever altered the brain chemistry of millions of depressed weebs. Let You Down even has its own anime. I'm not kidding, they made a full prequel to Edgerunners via a 4-minute music video. And all I can say is, fuck Biotechnica. All my homies hate Biotechnica. Both songs are emotional companions to Edgerunners, underlying fleeting moments of true connection amidst a cold, dystopian world. Story. Basically, after several minor corporate disagreements went nuclear, and a cyber apocalypse turned the internet into 1 billion copies of Evil Clippy, things kinda went downhill. But worry not, valued employees, because as long as one malnourished Vietnamese child exists to work in a Nike factory, shareholder value endures. Do you want to work for Nestle again? Move faster, let's talk more shoe. Now, given this hellish existence within a globalized Amazon fulfillment center, you might wonder, where are the angry communists? Well, probably dead in a side street after suggesting a union, or foaming at the mouth in a dopamine fugue state while a brain dance of Lenin jacking them off plays on repeat. Put simply, consumerism won, and it's hard to convince people to go back to collective farming after experiencing Uber Eats.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
But Edgerunners isn't about the corpos or saving the world. That ship has sailed so far, it's reached the new world and begun spreading syphilis. Instead, it's about the people living within this dystopian tragedy. Those who crawl their way up on raw fingertips. David was born to the wrong side of the corporate tracks, but for the longest time was almost shielded from that, until he wasn't. Carrying the ambitions and dreams of others to the point of pathology, David is our main character, and vehicle into the world of Night City. A world where his quick thinking and somewhat flexible morality has kept his head above water, along with the help of some rehomed military chrome. David's Sandevistan is a spinal-mounted augment that both slows down time perception and increases reaction speed.
It was me, Barry.
It also has a minor tendency to fry people's brains and send them into a homicidal rage. But in exchange for the ability to immediately change channel when bro walks in on me watching Isekai to 8th century China as an imperial concubine with massive milkers, part 8. Worth it. In any case, David is special. Not just an ethnic minority, an ethnic priority. for Arasaka. Which brings me neatly along to Lucy, a traumatized woman forced to access YouTube without an ad blocker. In the haze between car insurance ads and hyperlinks for penis enlargement surgery, she barely escaped with her life. As a result, Lucy tends to push others away, trusting in the internalized belief of all kick dogs that if nobody is close, nobody can hurt you. But no human is an island, and as a prolific netrunner, she was naturally lured back by an underage boy. But what am I trying to say here? That mutual trauma can be overcome through human connection? That, in a corporatized world of disassociation and manufactured experience, the emotional bonds we form with one another are the last truly personal thing left to us? No, I'm explaining why we should deport Latinos before they steal all the goth girls.
He is seeking it. Seeking it all. His thought is bent on it.
But this really just scratches the surface. Rebecca, Maine, Kiwi, hell, even Sasha feel real. Not slotted in tropes or puppeted ideals of people, but snapshots of complex individuals, which is where the writing truly shines. See, I didn't expect the Rebecca pregnancy arc, but as Mr. Springer called out the father's name on stage, I knew I was watching peak. Structurally, Edgerunners is solid. A standalone product that doesn't require knowledge or interest in its parent game. But there isn't enough. The biggest complaint about Edgerunners is the oldest, most whiny, and also true. Mummy, it's not enough. I want more. However, it's over. Like, finished. No waiting until you're a pile of dust in the corner of a nursing home, denying the sweet release of death to see a final chapter where the author drops the ball. However, you can always do something about that. But here, everything is tied up. Loose ends and character arcs squared away. Even the insane Ripper Doctor, getting his meat jorked in episode 2, gets his moment. And to the actuallys typing in the comments right now, yeah, I know, there is an incoming season 2, but the story of these characters has finished, and a true ending, whether you want it or not, is guaranteed. So, should you open up your deep dive port and jack in for Edgerunners? Well, lock and load, Tomb, because the answer is emphatically yes. Yes. Come, live the dream of a cyberpunk waifu ruining your life. Yes. For anyone who disagrees with me, the accident was definitely your fault, and staying in that coma is simply best for all of us. Often, anime gives its heroes something extra. It buoys their position with a special power others lack, attaching a significance and destiny attuned only to them. The chosen one, reincarnator, the cheat. In short, you're special, but are you special enough? Night City is the skinner box of our genius, a dystopia through inaction and greed, as people wallow in the consequences, only half aware of what they've seeded. But in this world ruled by corporate schemes, money and madness, David found something real, something beyond the grasp of chemical stims, brain dancers and implants. And this time, he would not let it go. Bearing his guilt beneath dreams not his own, and holding to those he loves with everything he has, and everything he doesn't. But Night City always demands more, a path that inevitably points up, narrowing each step. Or maybe Edgerunners was none of that. Maybe it was just the story of a street kid pushing XBDs for a quick buck, lost in over his head, and the girl who pulled him out.
So what do you want?
And remember, if you want HD pregnant Rebecca, the Patreon awaits. Also, do check out Mozumi, who lent her voice to this trash video. I truly appreciate it. Have you watched Takabi's original Sin yet? And if so, how many times did you swing from angry to broken to angry? I have, and mostly I just grinned at the horror of it all. 10 out of 10 recommended. What are the most unjustified creative choices when adapting a popular manga or novel? Complex question, but if I had to choose, quality reductions, purely because they know it'll sell anyway. But remember, blame the money people, and not the dirt cheap animators they hire. Fall down the Black Souls rabbit hole detective, you know you want to. Yeah, never heard of it. Anyway, I'll leave you with my final thoughts. They were worried she'd flatten the appeal of the show, crush reception on release, turn it into a real public mashing for the company, make chunky salsa of